So I'm going to show you how to remove the sustain pedal or the damper pedal noise from a piano recording. This is a recording that I did a few weeks ago, and you can see down here in the bass section we have these periodic spikes that look like they're pretty regular. Basically what that is the thump of the sustain pedal coming back down as it's released. It's a part of the piano as a whole, but in reality, it's not a very pleasing sound. So we kind of want to reduce it a little bit. So what I'll do is let you hear what it sounds like with this in, and then I'll show you what it sounds like after the fact. All right, so you should have been able to hear those periodic doom, doom noises. So we want to get rid of that. So we have a few options. I want to pull these spikes out, but first we really need to remove a lot of the low end noise down here. Because if I were to just remove these spikes, you'd hear a pretty giant gap. So we need to get rid of like the hum and the noise here down at the noise floor. Otherwise it's going to create a huge hole. So what we'll do is we'll just select pretty much this area down here. So we'll go like here. So we'll just grab the low end information and we're gonna go over to spectral denoise and we're gonna run this, and we're probably gonna do a high quality slow removal. And what this is gonna do is pull out all that hum down on the low end. So it's basically denoising it, as it says. So we'll let that do it, and you'll see how you see all that disappear. So now that we've done that, we can go over to, I'm going to use deplosive. And when they say plosive, what they're talking about is really a vocal thing where a singer's singing into a mic and you get those p and f noises, and it's undesirable and you don't want that in a recording. It's not really meant for piano recordings necessarily, but I find that the frequency range that those plosives are in, plus what the sustain pedal are in, they're fairly similar. It's a low end thump noise that you don't want, and this tends to work better than declick or some of these others. So we're gonna hit render, and you're gonna see these guys disappear. So they nearly all disappear, and you see the gaps there. So now let's listen to what this sounds like without that information in there. So it's much more pleasing. We don't have that reoccurring thump noise. Inevitably, we do lose some information down here in the low end, but this is such a delicate piece that I'm not sure it matters very much. I think I could make this transition a little more smooth, but that is a pretty effective and surgical way to remove the thump of the sustain pedal without destroying the rest of the recording. So there you go.